Okay, so as you can see, this right here is my Type B channel, and in this month, this is February 1st to the 28th in 2023. This is just one of my months that I wanted to pull up because of how much value I can provide with you. It just talking about how my strategy was with this month to get one of my highest months that I've ever gotten. So, as you can see, the highest day I ever got was 79,000 views, and the type of beats I was posting was Big Scar, X Poo Shiesty, X Big 30. Okay, this was like a little run I had with this type of title. I've had different type of keywords that went on runs as well, but nothing came close to this run. So, in this month, I made $3,889 just off YouTube revenue. Like, that's not including the sales or anything. And I gained 3,000 subscribers, 39,000 watch hours, and 1.6 million views. So keep in mind, I was a junior in high school while I was doing this. I was 16 years old, and $3,889 just as one income stream as a 16-year-old high school kid, that's very good in a month. Okay. For a 16-year-old kid, that's not bad. So my strategy with this was literally going for a keyword that I had mastered. So to give you some context, before I was posting these beats on this channel, I had another channel, right? I didn't just get lucky with Big Scar. I already knew it was going to work for this channel. So to explain this better, like 2 years ago on this same channel, I was posting Big Scar type beats, and it ended up working very fast, right? This is the first Big Scar beat that I got to hit 600,000 views or get a lot of views, right? At the time, it was the first beat to ever hit 100,000 views on the channel. And yeah, so I knew Big Scar was going to work for me though. The reason why, I had another channel before the channel that I'm talking about that was going crazy on Big Scar beats, okay? I already had mastered the sound, right? I had spent a lot of time on this keyword, right? Big Scar, Big Scar. This was the first Type B channel that ever got good views for me, right? I was 14, nah, I was 15 years old, okay? I was 14 or 15, I can't even remember, but I was young, okay? I just started high school, but I loved this sound. Even when I wasn't getting many views at first, I loved this sound. I wanted to be the best at it. So what I did is I just got really good at the sound. I mastered it to a point where eventually the algorithm just started clicking me in. So as you can see here, Big Scar type beat, 53,000 views. This is the first video where I started getting clicked into the algorithm. Second one, 8,000 views, 100,000 views, 4,000, right? 38,000, nearly half a mil here, 172,000. Like the videos were going up. So the thing is though, is at the time, like the method was using artists as the pictures for the thumbnails, right? That was the method back then, right? The game's changed. Okay, the game is not the same as it once was, but I knew that the keyword was really good, and because I had already a lot of experience on it, and see, the reason why I stopped posting on this channel is because YouTube banned me from my AdSense account because I was too young. I was stupid and I used my real age like a dumbass. We don't talk about that though. But yeah, so I was like, they wouldn't even let me try and use another AdSense account. They just banned me from ever monetizing the channel. So I was like, okay, long term, this isn't smart to keep going with it despite the views it's getting. Now, I was still posting on it periodically to get some sales, but I was mainly focused on this new channel right here. So I just took the same keyword, right? And I started posting that on this channel, and eventually I got clicked into the algorithm again. I got one of the biggest Big Scar beats right here, 1.5 million. This used to be the biggest at the time, but I eventually surpassed it with another beat, and I'll show you that in a second. But my point is, I started blowing up off of Big Scar heavily because I had already mastered the sound before anyone else had, right? I was going after the keyword even when it wasn't the best, like it didn't have the highest search volume, right? He was on the come up, Big Scar. Rest in peace, Big Scar, by the way. But yeah, so I was locked in on Big Scar type beats. So when it came time, I noticed, okay, one title is really working good. Like this one title, Big Scar X Poo Shiesty X Big 30, really gets me a lot of views. So I started doing that over and over and over again. This is what people get mixed up, is when producers tell you to be consistent, you guys make the mistake of thinking we're just talking about posting every day. No, that's not what we're talking about. When I say, maybe that's what they're talking about, but when I say be consistent, I'm talking about be consistent with your titles, Be consistent with the thumbnails. Same type of picture every time. Do not start posting a picture like this, right? Don't, even though this video got 1.5 million views, I would not post a picture like this if a picture like this starts working a lot, right? When I had a ski mask thumbnail like this start blowing up, guess what I started doing over and over and over again? Ski mask pictures, right? When something works, do not reinvent the wheel all of a sudden and think you're different and start doing something like you're gonna kill your channel. If something worked, it worked for a reason. The algorithm recognized it. They don't recognize shit for no reason, right? They see, okay, this guy is resonating with an audience. We're going to keep pushing him. Now, they'll only keep pushing you if you literally just copy and paste the video over and over again. I'm not saying make the same beat, but make it very similar to whatever is working, right? This video is a boring ass beat. I'm going to be real. It's a boring ass beat, but I didn't care because it was working, right? It was easy to freestyle on. And all these beats right here sound exactly like this one. I don't care, right? And look what happened, 900,000 views. This one too, 450,000 views. Like, same with this one, 398,000 views. Same title, same exact type of beat. It's literally identical, basically, right? Some melody, yes, I would literally rip the same melody and just turn it down 2 semitones, right? I didn't care, because whatever's working, if something works, the people get confused. They think something's gonna work forever. Certain titles won't work forever. So me knowing that, I just milk this keyword over and over again, and that brings me to this month where I literally every single day, over and over and over again, and I ended up just really running it up and riding the momentum. Okay, you need to ride the momentum. The second you get something to start clicking, which you will, assuming you post every day in one niche and you're posting high quality thumbnails and you understand retention and how to get people to stay on and you have good beats, guess what? You're going to get someone to click eventually, right? Now, the thing is it's easy to get something to click once, but the ability to consistently stay on top over and over and over again, that's where it becomes like that's where you become a true legend with tight beats, right? That's where you really start to build a channel to 50,000 subscribers like I did, right? And only am climbing. So I'm breaking down this month because of the strategy and the build up that went into it. So what you can take away from this video is find a keyword, like find an artist, and ideally find an artist that has other artists that sound like that artist, right? Big Scar and Pooh Shiesty, they're the same sound, right? So it's easy to put that in. Gunna and Young Thug, that's a easy, like, they're very similar. um Lil Baby and Lil Durk, right? It's like find an artist, ideally that is on the come up, right? That's really where you'll win, and that's how I was able to keep consistently stay up. Is I saw Von Off 1700 started coming up, so I started doing his beats and blew up. I saw Rack Baby was coming up, and I started doing his beats and blew up off of it on the same channel. And yeah, so my point is find an artist that ideally is on the come up, master his sound, and then literally whatever starts to work. It could be a thumbnail of someone throwing up a middle finger. Only do thumbnails like that. I promise. I'm not kidding. Like, it works. You know, that's why I think this month is so valuable, is because this is when I truly started to get it. This is where it started to click in my head. You know, all the stars start to align right here. So if there's one thing I can say is, like, literally just find an artist that you can grow with, an artist that you have. It's like stocks. Oh, I think this artist is gonna blow up, so I'm gonna like just start posting on him already and master his sound so that when he really is blowing up, I'm already cemented in. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's really how this game works. And I accidentally figured that out with Big Scars because I just love, like, Big Scar was my favorite rapper for years, right? He was my number one Spotify artist 2 years after he passed. Like, I loved his beats. Like, I loved making his beats. So I mastered the sound and he just happened to blow up more. So, I just kept cooking, right? I just kept going on with it and getting a lot of views. But So if I was to do this again, there's an upcoming artist named Scrooly G, right? For example, I'm just tapped into the more underground sound, so I get what's popping up, right? And as you can see, that I could start posting Scrooly G type beats, which I have actually, and I got like 50,000 views on one of the videos. And because I see the thumbnails already match my theme, you know, this would be easy to just start taking over. Right here's one of my beats actually, 60,000. My bad. There's one of them right here. So yeah, I just want you to understand, like, okay, now being tapped into the sound, the underground sound, I know artists are coming up. This guy is low competition, very high search volume. If you start posting on Scrooly G and see how all these guys are just doing artist type pictures, if you start doing guns as the pictures or a guy holding a gun every time, or and you start testing out things like that, maybe I don't know, just stuff like that would start working. Or maybe you do Scrooly G sample type beats with you know, a girl smoking or something like that. If you find something that starts working and you're being unique, then you take over a keyword and then you do that same thumbnail, same title every single time, same type of beat, and you'll just start cooking. That's literally, this is a sauce right here. That's the easiest way to start getting a growing a type beat channel in 2024. That's it. This is the sauce right here. And no one's gonna tell you it, but I will. Because I mean, I don't gain anything from not telling you. So yeah. Anyway, let's summarize what you can take away from this video. So find an underground artist or someone who's kind of on the come up. They can already be kind of big too. They don't have to be a nobody, right? You don't even want, matter of fact, you don't want them to be a nobody, right? So find someone who's like not crazy big, but they're on the come up. Scrooly G is a good example. Another one, YFG Fatso, he's another good example, right? Very low competition, 75 search volume. This is like the Chicago lane, the underground Chicago lane that's coming up right now. And me being tapped into it, I just know, like, you know, this guy, 6,000 subscribers, 105,000 views in 3 weeks. Like, it clearly is a good lane. Now, if you started doing thumbnail, like everyone's still doing artist type of thumbnails, if you started doing a different type of thumbnail, and really came in with the hard beats and really understood retention. Like, it's such an easy lane to take over, you know. YFG Fasto sample type beat you could start doing. Like, there's so many ways to go at a lane that's on the come up because no one's doing it yet. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one thing I can say is just like be tapped into the sound, right? And you have to love the beat. Let's say like this keyword might be really good, but if I don't like making these beats, I'm just gonna find a new keyword, right? Because let's say it does blow up, I have to now make that type of beat every single day. And if I don't like making it, it's just gonna be a drag, right? That's not why we got into this. We want to have fun while making a lot of money off our beats. So yeah, that's one thing I can tell you is just enjoy and make sure you enjoy the sound, right? Now that's it for me. This is basically like as much sauce as you can really get. This is me just talking about this. Join my free newsletter. It's completely free. You'll get exclusive content, free game like every single week. And yeah, so feel free to join that if you'd like. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.